And welcome back, everyone, for another SDL podcast. This is going to be the Week 7 preview, our first podcast after the All-Star break. What a great weekend we had. We're going to jump right into the lines here. We're going to do Guess the Line game again, here with my co-host, Matt. Edie as well, doing the lines for us. Welcome in, gentlemen. And we're going to jump right into it.
First game of the night is the Red Eye Rebounders versus the Purple Patio Pounders, coming off their first loss of the season. Red off of a win. 1-2 matchup in the SDL. What do you guys got?
Game of the week, obviously here, Joey. I think Red's earning a ton of respect lately. Purple, people say they're on a little bit of a downfall. Little spoiler alert: the AP poll is coming out. If it's not already out by the time this podcast posts, Purple no longer unanimous as the number one team in the AP. They did not get every single vote this week for the first time in 3 whole weeks. I think Red earns a tremendous amount. I think for the cow, Eric Kalfer is going to be the X factor in this game here. I think, Esco versus Vasquez. You've got Silver, and the teams on paper are pretty evenly matched. But I think the X factor in this is going to be for the cow, Eric Kalfer, one of the most athletic guys in the gym. I think Purple's gonna have a tough time matching up against him. I think he's a pretty underrated player this season. Was on the brink of being All-Star eligible with his pie, but I think this is going to be game of the week, tightest contested. And my guess is this is probably the tightest line of the week. Joey, before we get to our guesses, give me a couple of blurbs on this game and what you're expecting.
Yeah, definitely game of the week. Like we said, top 2 teams in the standings right now playing well. Purple coming off a tough loss last week, but like we said, they were missing Jared, kind of their glue guy, brings it all together for them. Good win last night for the last week, for the Rebounders over the Goats. That was a close game, though. It could have went either way, a few bounce balls either direction, but I still think, just quickly, Purple still got to be top dog. They did lose last week, but they lost without their one of their top guys, All-Star Jared Shore. But yeah, I'll wait for the lines here. I'll let you go first, Matt. But I'm pretty sure about this one.
Yeah, I think Purple's going to be favored. My initial gut was Purple minus 2.5, but right before we recorded this, I thought, you know what, that's a little bit too much respect for Red. They're the new kid on the block towards the top of the things. So I moved it to Purple minus 3.5 points. Joey, what'd you have?
Right there, I got that a little bit higher than you because I was thinking about it earlier. I don't know what Reich's going to do. That's his team, but I'm going Purple favorite, Purple minus 4.5.
Okay, the official Hard Reich bet comes in at Purple. They are the favorite, minus 2.5. Stick to your gut. It was dead on.
Yep, I had a feeling I nailed that one. I'm trying to outsmart the book guy. I did that last week as well, so I gotta get better at that. Okay, that's awesome. 1-0 to the good guys. That's a joke. Edie, game 2. What do you got?
Yes, game 2 is a swap. Also, a game that features some movement across the league that broke last night. It is the Graybeard Goats versus the Yellow Light Hustlers in game 2.
Yep. So for game 2 of the night, Graybeard Goats versus the Yellow Light Hustlers. Now we got the new teammate in Vlad on the Graybeard Goats. We're gonna have a new squad out there. Obviously, they lose the Warden. Sorry to see you go, man. Hope you heal up quick. See you in season 3. But that hurts their defense a little bit. Obviously, you missed the Warden out there. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. You replace him with Vlad, a little bit better shooter, I believe, from the outside, but they play a little bit different style. So we'll see how that tends to match up. Goats are 3-3. Yellow's 2-4. Yellow, they still are figuring it out. They got Ian out there, All-Star. Way to go. Honorable mention. They got a few. Lewis plays very well for them on the outside when he hits those 3-point shots. If he can get that rolling, I think this is going to be a tighter spread from Reich than we think, only because of what's going on in the league, a little bit of movement here. But Matt, what do you think about this game before we go with the lines?
Yeah, super interesting kind of game dynamic here. Really glad Vlad found a team to get signed with after the devastating news about the cut from last night. So really happy to see it. I think Gray might be picking up what's the best way to describe this? An unpolished rock Joey. They picked it up. We don't really know what Vlad's got. We don't really know what he's been. He was not able to shine in orange. I'm mostly responsible for that. He's not been able to shine in a way that I think Edie and a lot of the other folks in the league who've played with Vlad before this know that he can shine. So I think Edie's got a chance to bring the best out of Vlad. I wish Vlad the best of luck on the Graybeard Goats. He just tripled his win count basically in the SDL. So he's going to a team that has the defending Opoy, a early season MVP, and a guy that we call the Wall. I mean, how bad could this be? And the Enforcer, right? I mean, how bad of a situation could this be for him? Super stoked to see Vlad get there. First and foremost, though, shout out David Guinan, the Warden. Can't wait to see you next season. Really hoping you recover nicely. Assuming you had something to do with this, rest up. It was the right decision to make that choice and to rest up. So we're all really looking forward to seeing you next season. And please, if you're not planning on it, come stick around the gym while your Graybeard Goats play. We'll all look forward. We all look forward to seeing you on the sideline, coaching, screaming, and yelling your face off.
You might have missed the announcement, but Dave was hired as the Graybeard Goats coach. He will be there, hopefully in a suit. We will see. But he is coaching us the rest of the way to the championship. So
that's awesome. And if he doesn't wear a suit, that's a missed opportunity. That's all I'll say.
100%.
It's either got to be a suit or a cut-off hoodie sweatshirt, Bill Belichick style. Those are the only two choices.
Right.
Fair. Well, what if he dresses up as a goat?
Oh, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I'll be all right with or without pants.
Goat storm.
Oh, jeez. Okay, spreads, boys. What do we got?
Okay, back to it.
Geez,
right,
spreads.
Yeah, I'm going to go first with this one, Matt. I'm going to so that obviously it changes up the line. Did we say? I'm sorry.
Wait, is that factored in? Yeah, is that factored in?
These are not factored in only because Hard Right Bets has not always been the closest sealed thing with info, and so this was not released prior to the spreads coming out. So not factored in. So don't use that as part of the line.
All right, totally understandable. So with that, I'm thinking because they're thinking that the Goats will be down a man. Reich is. I'm going to say this one was Goats' favorite, and they were going to be 3.5-point favorites on this one.
Oh, Joseph, I think you're low, and I think you're way low. I get that Vic. Vic was struggling a little bit to play all 36 minutes. Word on the street is he was dry heaving on the sideline during third and fourth quarter timeouts. I'm going to go 2 points more in favor of the Goats. I think you were way low. I think it's going to be Goats minus 5.5.
Interesting. I will say Vegas, Hardreich Bets, they know something that you gentlemen do not know. He has the Yellow Light Hustlers as the favorite and a 2.5-point favorite at that.
Maybe neither of us deserve credit for that.
That one, that's crazy to me.
Had the book been drinking before these lines were?
Maybe there was a plus minus mistake in the text, but that's what I'm going off.
Even if that was the case, that's going to be Joey 1-1, I guess. But we're not proud of it. I'll say that.
No disrespect to Yellow, but yeah, that's a tough line.
All right, well, Edie, we have the insight into the Goats. I need 2 quick blurbs from you. 1, how does it feel to be an underdog to the number 9 power rank team? And 2, how do you feel about your new teammate? I know you like Vlad personally, but from a basketball perspective, tell us what you think.
Yeah, underdog status is a surprise, but it'll be a good game. It's we're a whole different team now with Vlad than just the 4 of us previously. So I'm excited to have Vlad on the team. I hate seeing Dave G go. The Warden, I told him this every time. Like, he was the piece that gave us a championship. Like, he was the key piece that made us what we were. Week 1 and 2, we were unstoppable. We had full Dave those weeks. So since we've been struggling, so I guess I understand the line, but Vlad's going to spread the floor for us and hopefully hit down those shots. One thing that I like about us that he didn't have on Orange, Dennis and I get doubled left and right. And if we get doubled, he's going to be wide open and he's just got to hit that shot. Hopefully, in a gray, better looking uniform, the confidence is there and the jumper falls, and we'll see that.
He was a former Lou Award winner, I will add, 2 of 20 2 weeks ago, and then
So,
proceeded to skip a game. Just throwing that
so
out there.
fun fact: the player does transfer, but the Lou does not. So the Lou stays with orange for that week. It does not come to gray. Not saying gray
Well,
can't win it.
we had another week in between. He missed last week, so it's actually already moved to blue.
Well, yes, I'm just saying that like gray has never had a Lou winner. That was a dead version of
Fair
Vlad.
enough. Fair
It
enough. Yep, yep, yep.
doesn't come to
That's
gray. We have
that's
confident
fair.
All
choosers. That's
timers.
it.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Okay, moving on. Game 3, which was game 2, right? This is the other side of the swap. Lay it
Yes.
out for us.
Game 3 now is the Blue Ballers versus the upstart Maroon Muscle, who have been very hot lately.
Yeah, indeed. I don't know if anybody caught up on the All Star game. You guys think Saka is good in the half court? Well, let me just tell you something. That guy is a menace on the full court. I mean, he was stealing the ball left and right, fast breaks, all these ridiculous passes. It's just a very good thing that we don't play full court here in the SDL. Otherwise, yeah, we'd have our absolute hands full with Mr. Saka. Also, I think Blue's going to come out a little pissed, if I'm being honest. They lost to the previously defeated Orange team, who had a super sub. I think they're going to come out really mean. The reason they did that swap was so Gary can make that game.
Yep.
So blue team is going to have Gary back. I believe both squads are full. Joey, what do you think about this game before we get into guessing?
I mean, real quick, just like you said, Blues coming off a one-game loss to you guys without Gary there. Without being said, they're a totally different team with or without the camper. I mean, he was an all-star last season. He eats up a lot of space. He scores the rock. He plays great defense down low. Maroon is hot. They've won 2 straight, and the one that they lost before that was a buzzer beater. And like you said, they got a couple all-stars, Scotty Pep, Gary Saka out there balling right now. But this is a good game. You have a lot of good matchups across the board. Rosenberg's, Bombers, Pepper, Saka, Berman's been playing very well. Sean Medeiros has been playing very well. Lebo's been hitting big shots. So this almost has potential of game of the week.
I think it does. That being said, and we're going to get to the guest lines here. I think Maroon's favored. And I think this is going to be, from a line perspective, Maroon's coming out party. I've got a pretty decent line here. I've got Maroon minus 7.5.
Oh wow, that's okay. I'm lower than you on that one. This is a tough one for me because I like the matchups here. Obviously, both teams, when they're full squads, they're very good squads. I'm going to try to jump into the mind of Reich here. Ugh, never mind. That's disgusting. I won't do that. I think it's a little closer than that. I'm going to say Maroon is favored. You're right on that one, but I'm going to say by 1.5.
Well,
I
don't
think
say
it's
don't say I'm right yet. We got the gray yellow totally wrong, so we may be we may be very
right.
off.
I mean, I think it's. I was close. I'm right around a pick, but I think Maroon's favored by 1.5 points here.
Very, very close. Reich came in. Maroon is favored over the former midseason champs, Blue Collar Ballers. Very close game. Almost a pick 'em. Maroon by 0.5 points.
Oh,
That's
Right on it.
crazy to me. Give me
Nahoda's getting slammed tonight.
That's not enough points. That's not enough points. Give me, how much can I bet on Maroon minus a half point here?
As much as you want.
Yeah, that's crazy. Has he watched Saka play once this season? I mean, that's almost a criminal line.
It's going to be interesting.
it's
He's
gonna be
got
interesting.
some crazy lines so far this week. So he either knows this way better than any of us do, or
Mhm.
we need to find a new lines maker. This week will be
Yeah,
telling.
fair enough.
Yeah,
I will say the lines at the 3-point contest were awful. But when it comes to game lines, he has been pretty good. Hat tip where it is. He's been very, very good this season. I think he might have hit the bottle pretty hard before this week, though.
It's different stuff. Yeah, well, we'll jump right into game 4 off of that for the night. We have Matt's Orange Crush versus the Blacktop Legends. Black coming in off of an impressive win last week, as well as Matt's Orange crushed. They got off the pine. Rabbits falling out. Diaz having a coming out party. I believe he had 27 and 27 last week. Incredible stat line. Diaz, like we said before, also did pretty well this weekend. The All Star weekend. The Diaz clan over there. They
All
kind of picked
Diaz's.
up the Diaz household. But Orange 1-5, Black 4-2, are reigning defending champions. For me, just I'm not going to do the line yet, but I think Black, unfortunately, Matt, still got to be favored over you guys in this one. What do you think coming into this?
Yeah, I think that holds up. That definitely holds water. Again, if there's somebody I'm not betting against besides Esco, it's usually Jose.
Mhm.
Um, Black is without Goodman. I believe that was factored into the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So Black is without Goodman, but look, Orange, like we said earlier in the pod, the league had decided to make a cut. Really glad Vlad found an awesome space playing with Dennis and Edie. And we get to run it back with our boy Mustang. Mustang came off the pine, super sub, 19 points with no fifth guy. He was incredible. He was really good. We also get Dan White back this week. So we will be able to take some breaks here, which I think is really nice. Look, I think Black is still going to be favored, but I think this may be closer than some people think. Put it that way.
Yep. Mustang was a nice addition for you guys. Allows you to spread the floor a little bit more. You guys gelled and played very well last week. I don't think this is a massive line. It's going to be, you guys could easily take the game on the money line as well. But I think it's Black, and I'm going to go with Black -4.5 on this one.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit bigger than I was expecting you to say.
Okay.
I actually have Black -3.5, only
Okay.
because Black has no subs. And like we said many times on this pod, Black doesn't win with a huge margin. So whatever line you think should be right, I usually take 1 or 2 points off of that just because of the way they play and their style of offense. Edie, how do we do?
Sorry, my daughter is saying we're taking forever waiting for my other daughter to come back from soccer practice. So if
She's
you hear in
probably
the
right.
background, she's
I agree.
100% right. Okay, so he does have the Orange Crush Playmakers not winning 2 games in a row. They are the underdog, 6.5 point underdog. So
6.5. Way too
Joey
big of
takes
that.
it
Okay.
again.
Damn, 3-1. I am getting my clock cleaned here. I started this game so
Oh, yeah.
hot. First 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm up 8-2. I'm like, this is easy money here.
You just got to get warmed up, you know? You got to feel out you know what I mean? Feel out how we're doing over here at the sports book.
Wow.
Okay. That leads us to the nightcap SDL After Dark, which is Joey, his
Yep.
Green Lawn Gladiators versus the White Sneaker Warriors in game 5. What do you guys got?
Joey, I'll take this one first because you obviously play for Green. We said this for a while. Green, probably one of the deepest rosters from 1 to 5. I think you guys are really great. The problem is, what are you going to do with Big J? Nose is going to do the best he can down there. Nose is actually historically in the JCC played Big J fairly well,
Mhm.
but Big J is a menace. He's angry. He's coming off a 79% shooting night and he only got to put up a handful of shots.
Yep.
Um, I think him and O'Hearn had to talk with the rest of the team, pure speculation, after that All Star game to say, feed the beast. I think Big J
Yes.
is going to get 1 to 2 touches per possession. I think he's going to pound the rock on the inside. How do you think this game's going to flow?
Definitely. Green is more of an outside shooting team, as you guys seen last week. That's how we were able to take down Purple. We got hot from the field. And White is tailored to play inside out, old school, a little bit basketball there, with Jay being their anchor. Like you said, he shot almost 80% from the field last week, which is insanity. Only missed maybe 3 shots all week. He's a defensive stalwart down there, blocking anything that comes into the lane. You got to play through Big J down there 100%. But we're going to come out. We got a little bit of a game plan. I'm not going to revel too much into that, but hopefully we can string together 2 wins in a row here and stay out of the toilet bowl.
How about it? How about it? Okay, let's think about this line for a minute. Big J, white team, the green team with the Nogs factor. I'm going with green -5.5 points. And I think I'm a little light. What do you
Okay.
think?
I was lighter than that only because I factor into how late into the season we are, and White is almost playing for their lives. You know what I mean? If they don't get
True,
another win
very
here,
true.
they will be 2-5, I believe. So 2-5. that's toilet bowl, borderline right there. So I believe they're going to be playing for their lives. I agree, green should be favored, but I have my Green Lawn Gladiators this week at -4.5.
Tell me I got one
Interesting.
back.
Interesting. It's very funny to see you guys pick your own games because I feel like you're not accurately stating what you feel.
Oh,
Joey, I
absolutely not. For sure.
Joey, I do not think you think it's a 4.5 point game. And that is why you got this wrong because Hard
Okay.
Right Bets has it as a 6.5 point spread in favor of
Right.
green. Nahoda, you take this one and make it a respectable 2-3 loss this week. Hello, Brooklyn.
Hello, Brooklyn. Hey, she had
Okay.
a goal on Sunday. Good job.
She did have a goal. It was a good one, right? Okay. We're out. I'm going to go try to find my other daughter now. You guys wrap up the podcast. Great win, Joey. Excited to see what
Appreciate it.
happens tomorrow. Crazy last 24 hours in the SDL, but what else can you expect here, right?
That's right. Gotta love it.
All right. Take care, boys.
See ya.
All right, now that he's gone, we can really talk.
Yep.
Yellow favored over gray, even when
Yes.
they only have four guys. I get they only have four guys.
Mhm.
That's wild to me.
Yep.
I think he's giving them the nobody believes in us speech as we talk about this right here.
Right.
Gray's going to come out angry. And
Yep.
in this league, when you play angry, one of two things happens. You either go on a run or you get your teeth kicked in. So
Mhm.
we'll see what happens there. Joey, let's take a minute and talk about All Star Weekend. Just give me
Yes.
your feedback, give
Yep.
some shout outs, anything you want. Just the mic is yours, my man. Take it away.
So 100%. What a great time we had for All Star Weekend. Me and Matt on the mic. Shout out to Matt's wife for holding down the camera for most of the day, getting a lot of our footage. If you see any footage, most likely she was behind the camera for that. So shout out to her. Great job. 3-point contest, knockout game, All Star game, wives knockout game, kids knockout game. Everyone had a great time. We had it catered with a lot of food, bubble truck, ice cream machine, face paint. Kids had a great time. I'll just go through. I'll go through the 3-point contest real quick. I'll let you handle the knockout and all star game. But what a great contest we had there. The standouts obviously were Mr. Diaz and Mr. Jason Eady. Unfortunately, Bomber had to relinquish his title. He made it to the second round, but not to the finals. The finals this year was Eady versus Diaz in a back and forth, exciting match. But with Diaz hitting both 4-point shots in that final round, the championship round, folks, and we're talking outside, outdoor rims, sun, wind
35
blowing.
feet, maybe
Yes,
30,
there's a
30
lake right
something
next to
feet.
us. There's a lot going on out there, and the pressure's on for the championship. He hit both 4-pointers, secured the victory, took the belt home. I'm sure Edie will put a picture up right here, but yeah, congrats to Chris Diaz for taking
And
home the belt.
just it should be clear, he beat Edie in a one-on-one in that 3-point contest because of those 4-pointers. If you take those two
Mhm.
4-pointers away, he loses. Edie was the one that came up with this brilliant 4-point idea about 2 days before the All Star event. So
Yep, cost him the
he
belt.
told me to stick to my gut earlier. Maybe he should have stuck with his and not gone with these 4-point shots so
And
late in the game.
if you couldn't tell on the broadcast, folks, that 4-point shot was deep. It was not close. It was not a cheap 4-pointer. You earned every 4 points of that shot.
Absolutely. I
Believe
took
me,
one in the All Star game and airballed it, I think. I mean, it's an effort.
it's an
You're almost
effort,
better taking
folks.
a runner, frankly,
Yep,
than shooting up from a set shot.
100%. But yep.
But it wasn't all sad news for Andrew Bauer. He won the knockout event. And he won it for the creators. So obviously Diaz plays for the Orange Crush. He's a creative conference. What that meant was based on the first two events, which was the 3-point contest and the knockout contest, when it came time to the actual All-Star game, we got 5-point head start for each one of those. We also then came out and hit two 4-point shots. We started up 18-2, I think, or 18-0 to start out that All-Star game, but we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Yep.
The knockout game was great. Came down to the very end, and Bauer was in it, and I believe he was the only creator down to and when there was 5, it might have been 4-on-1. I know it was at
Right
least
around
three
there.
on
Yep.
one. I
Yep.
know it was at
Founders.
least
Yep.
3-on-1. He did an incredible job, with the knockout game, and he made probably the most standing just free throws, like not having to go rebound, I think, than anybody
Yep.
else in the game. He gets not a bad rap, but he gets a rap for just being such a good 3-point shooter. You actually underestimate. He's just pure. If he's got the time, he's gonna make a bucket.
Right.
Um, so Joey, what's the next event? What do you want to cover?
I'll just go. I'll do over the women's. I'm sorry,
Oh,
the
please, that was the
wives.
best.
I'll do the wives. We had a great showing for that. I was only expecting maybe 5 to 7, but I think we had a longer line than most
It
of the
was
men's
21, I
division.
believe.
Yeah, so that was great. I don't know her name, but it was from the Diaz household. Young lady from, I'll call her Miss Diaz right now. Her in that scenario, she knocked out 4 or 5 people, took home the W. Right after that, we rolled right into the kids knockout game, which was great. You had kids rolling from little guys to young adult teenagers going through that. Once again, I believe the winner was also from the Diaz household. I'll call him Mr. Young Diaz over there. He won that one for them, earning them 3 dubs on the day. So congrats to them. I'm sure they had a great car ride home for that one. You know what I mean? Celebrating all the victories.
Absolutely. He hasn't stopped. He even came into Mr. Chris Diaz even came into Banter this morning to wish us all a Monday morning hello. So he was definitely feeling it.
That's right.
And then before we get into the All-Star game, we did talk about this with Edie prior to the pod. There is a temporary Lou award for the worst 3-point performance. Joey, I don't think you have this in front of you. Any
I
guesses at who it is?
See, the problem is I was focused on performing that first round, so I'm sure obviously it came in the first round.
It did.
I don't know. I don't think it was me because I was the
It was
first
not
one.
you. I
Yeah,
would
I
have
was the
given you
first one.
pre-warning. It was not you.
Right. I almost made the second round, so I know it wasn't me. There's people who did worse than me. I don't honestly remember. No, I know it wasn't me or obviously any of the 4 guys who made it to the next round.
It,
Um,
it was just Ian.
really,
Just Ian Rosa. I didn't realize this in the moment. He had 4 points of the 38 possible points.
really.
Yes.
But
So,
I'll give him benefit of the doubt. It was a tough day for 3 point scoring. It was about almost 50% lower scores than last season across the board.
yes.
Besides Edie for a few rounds, he's like unconscious out there. He gets
Yeah, he
breathed
doesn't
whenever.
count.
But everyone else, it was just lower scores. But yeah, that's not many
Yeah.
because
Yeah, and Ian was a stag and had his
yep,
4-year-old that he was very concerned with. So we gave that kid some ice cream for his first round to keep him occupied. He
okay,
clearly wasn't having it. But yeah, 4 of 38. So we're gonna put this in the semi-Lou category. Bobby
okay,
has to don the Lou Award this week because that's the pass on from the week prior.
yep,
But a little mini shout out Lou for Ian. A lot of extenuating circumstances there, so not a big
yep,
deal. And then Joey, I played in it for a little bit as an honorable
yep.
mention. I was not voted in, but you were on the sideline giving us your best and one mixtape tour impression, walking up and down with the microphone. Just
Oh
give
yeah.
us your impressions, the vibes.
Yep.
Just give us the whole thing.
It was great. The weather was very accommodating this year. It was a great atmosphere. You had fans on both sides of the court. You had me running up and down with the microphone, and it was a great game. Um, a blowout kind of relieves the tension a little bit, but with the Founders starting out, down 10-0, like you said, down 18-2 to start potentially or something like that, to claw back and make it a game, to get it exciting down to the last possession or two, gets the fans off their seat. You could feel the energy, the vibe, everything about it. It's just exciting. Knowing you're being on film as well, knowing the highlights are coming, it gets the crowd going a little bit more. The speaker on the side gets everyone pumped up. So what a great time it was. And there were some big shots. I think the first bucket of the All Star game was a 4-pointer for Escobedo. If just pulling from like distinct memory, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Bang,
right.
just like that, a 4-pointer like gets everyone into the game, locked in, quick halftime, get it over with, get the guys back out there. It was a great time. What was it like playing out there? Let me know with all the that talent of the SDL running around out there.
Yeah, it was a blast. The founders conference had all 7 guys that got voted in. The
Mhm.
creators, were missing a couple of their votes. So again, both Diaz and I didn't get voted in, but we played on behalf. And so, look, we tried to take a back seat during that. We wanted to highlight the guys that, had the honor of being voted in there. We took a little bit of back seat the best we could. We were just trying to be there in some, relief.
Right.
But you mentioned we kept the 4-pointers available. There was 2 spots on either side of the court. At
Yep.
the end of the game, we went to our Elam ending. The founders needed 4 points to win. The
Yes.
creators only needed 1. we were guarding guys all the way out to that 4-point shot, 30 feet, 32 feet, whatever it was out. It was chaos. And then Vasquez almost hit would have been one of the craziest shots. Down 4, came off a pick, I believe it was, and just hit a running floater off the backboard, off the front rim,
Front of iron,
almost
yes.
almost housed it. Would have been absolutely devastating for us, but it was absolutely an electric thing to watch. I mean, I encourage
Yes.
everybody to go back to YouTube and watch. Fast forward to, I forget how far out it is, almost at the 2 hour point. To watch us guard guys 32 feet from the basket's insane. I mean, I was on the
Sending picks
sideline
at
for that
half
part.
court. Yep. I was
Yeah.
about 2 feet from Vasquez
Oh,
when he let that one go. Obviously, they needed 4. You guys needed, I think, 2, and that looked good. In my mind, he was going to get the loudest bang on the microphone you've heard in a while, and it just came up short. You could hear, it's in the crowd. But what an attempt that would have been. Oh man.
yeah, it was crazy. Again, we talked about this earlier too with Maroon, Saka, Shined. Shined. I'm gonna go shined in that spotlight. Hat on backwards still, running full court. I mean, he might have had a double double with steals. Honestly, got Jay with a big head fake, hit a couple, decent jumpers. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. I realized why we don't play full court. We are very out of shape. For those unfortunate enough to watch that part of it with the sound on, I was mic'd up for the game. I didn't even realize how hard I was breathing, and I didn't play that much. I was panting into the microphone.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a great time. The whole event was great. Shout out to all the wives, girlfriends, friends, supporters that came out. Shout out to Demar, who rolled out on his scooter and his walking boot. Great to see you out there. And yeah, it was just an awesome time. Like you said, thank you to all the vendors. Thank you for everybody that jumped in. Thank you, Geico, for sponsoring the event. Sorry for powering the event. You can cut that. Thank you, Geico, for powering that event. It was amazing. And frankly, we had a really, really great time. But yeah, that's it. It was just, it was just a lot of fun to be out there. My throat's definitely a little bit sore. We were walking around for Friday. I don't think we sat down once. I am sore.
Yep. That was an event, definitely. It was great. Once you get the family, because we're out there, we're not there to celebrate each other. We're there out to celebrate all the families of the SDL. Bring everyone together, have a good time, get a little food in your belly, watch the guys play a little bit of ball, have the kids and the wives and the girlfriends and everybody come play a little bit too. And it's just a great community we got here. We built it very slowly, but it's come together amazingly. I love everyone just like they're my own family. So what a great time we had this weekend.
Yeah, very, very well said. Look, I don't think there's anything else for Edie, who had to jump off, for my co-host Joey. It's been a pleasure. We will see you guys. Well, by the time this thing posts, we'll see you guys later tonight at the game. Tune in live, YouTube, 6 p.m. We've got 5 games basically every Tuesday night except for holidays. See you all later. Have a good one.